Most people live a life they haven't even paid for yet. But why does your brain force you to spend money you haven't earned? Today, we're breaking down the evolutionary bugs that make you a perfect slave to the debt system. Most importantly, at the end of this video, I'll give you 3 specific psychological hacks to help your brain break the habit of spending future money forever. Watch until the end. It might save you years of your life. Why do we buy? It all comes down to an evolutionary glitch. For millions of years, survival depended on getting resources immediately. Our brains simply don't understand the concept of digital money. When you tap your card at a terminal, your brain's pleasure center explodes with dopamine. To the primitive hunter inside you, it feels like free prey. The problem is, your brain doesn't see credit as a debt. It sees a resource right here, right now, while the biological stress of paying it back is delayed for weeks. You're literally hacking your own reward system, stealing joy from your future self. The second reason is the biological fear of losing status. In the wild, low status meant death. Today, status is defined by consumption. We don't buy things for their features, we buy them to signal the tribe, I'm successful, I'm safe. Psychologists call this conspicuous consumption. Debt becomes the price you pay for the right to appear as someone you're not. You're renting someone else's life, using a credit limit as a mask. But for this masquerade, you pay with your most precious resource, your freedom. By the way, if you want to understand how else your brain manipulates your money, subscribe to the channel. Here, we break down finance through the lens of psychology. Banks are master psychologists. They've turned the pain of paying into an invisible process. Research shows that people spend up to 20% more when using a card instead of cash. Physical cash disappearing from your hands triggers a micro-panic in the brain. Numbers on a screen don't hurt. Credit creates an illusion of infinite supply. You fall into the normalization trap. A $1,000 debt feels manageable until they increase your limit to $2,000. Your desires expand faster than your actual means. Debt isn't just numbers in an app. It's an open tab in your mind that devours your brain's RAM. Chronic debt lowers your effective IQ by 13 points. Why? Because part of your brain's resources is always busy background scanning for threats. You can't take risks, you can't be creative, and you can't quit a job you hate because you're paralyzed by fear. You become a perfect cog in a system that isn't designed for your growth. As promised, here are 3 hacks to rewire your brain. 1. The life hours method. Before every purchase, calculate the cost not in dollars, but in hours of your life. Are you willing to trade 150 hours of sitting in an office for this gadget? Often the answer is no. This activates your prefrontal cortex and kills the emotional impulse. 2. The 72-hour rule. Add the item to your cart and close the tab for 3 days. If the urge to buy is still just as sharp after 72 hours, go for it. In 90% of cases, the dopamine storm will pass and you'll realize you don't actually need it. 3. The yesterday visualization. Every time you reach for your credit card, imagine that you have to pay this debt back in full tomorrow. If that thought makes you uncomfortable, you can't afford it. The bottom line, real wealth isn't what you've bought. It's what you can afford not to buy.